What do we have for Pisces, please? Six of Swords, Aquarius energy at the foundation of the reading, and Three of Wands. Okay. Very interesting. This Three of Wands in that exact position is aligning with the downloads I actually got for this reading. So we're going to consider it in both polarities, as an upright and a reversal. But we'll go ahead and place it here as an upright. Aquarius energy, Aries energy at the root and the sacral. Now, the messages that I've been getting surrounding this reading, Pisces, is that you've been moving through some sort of cycle where you feel unsupported. It's like something has began to deplete. It's like you were aligned with some sort of desire, some sort of passion, some sort of plan, and things just sort of went sideways. And now things aren't responding the way they used to or that you want them to. For example, it's like you create something that you brought to some level of success or that you thought would bring you forward momentum, and then suddenly something slows down, even though you haven't really changed anything, which I feel is the message. You're doing what you've always done, but some sort of feedback from the universe isn't matching the effort that you think you're putting out. So you're feeling confused. You're asking yourself and the universe what you might be missing. But here's the thing, okay? You're a water sign, so you're meant to flow, you're meant to adapt, and you're meant to shift. And you're also mutable, which means your power actually comes from movement and flexibility, reinvention. But for some reason, this past year, I feel you've been less willing to, I don't want to say you haven't been willing to make changes, because there's clearly changes here you've made, but the dedication to the change to get it to actually take you into the future is another thing. It's like Spirit saying, okay, we're going to bring forward this new beginning for you, but this is what you need to do. These are the things you need to sacrifice. This is the new way that you need to move down this path. It's like Spirit saying, okay, we're going to get rid of this lack mindset. We're going to get rid of this behavioral pattern, and this is going to help you align with this new path. But what I'm picking up here for a lot of you is that you tried to drag something from the old cycle into the new cycle. And for a lot of you, I feel that it's a mindset. There's this stuck energy around you. And here you are, right? What am I missing? It's like you're showing up. It's like Spirit says, okay, show up here on this date at this time, okay? And we're going to be on our way. But you show up still, let's say metaphorically speaking, clutching onto something, and Spirit's not there. The new beginning's not there. Something is off. And you're like, where is everyone? Now, some of this could be in the astrology for you, Pisces, which is interesting because we're actually coming out of Neptune being in retrograde right now. Right as I'm doing this reading, Neptune is stationed. Now, to really strip this back and to kind of summarize what we've gotten here so far, you went down a particular path and it didn't work out the way you thought it was going to, because something was anchoring you that Spirit needed you to let go of, okay? Now, by definition, the Six of Swords at that root chakra position is the transition. Some of you could have moved, some of you could have been traveling, something didn't really go your way, and then Three of Wands at that sacral position, you're left wondering why and what the future now holds for you. But Pisces, there's a silver lining to all of this, okay? Nothing about this is a reflection of failure. It's not that what you did is wrong per se. In fact, every move you made was exactly the move that Spirit knew you were going to make. It was all a part of some sort of life lesson that Spirit is trying to incorporate into your reality so we can get you to the other side. See, all of this, the peaks and the valleys, the highs and the lows, are structured in a meticulous fashion to make sure that when you get to the other side, when you finally get to the other side, whatever this represents for you, you're fully armed and you know what you're dealing with and you know how you need to move. What do we have at the solar plexus, please, Spirit? Too many cards. What do we have at the solar plexus? The star card, Aquarius energy at the solar plexus. Pisces, this entire process has unfolded the way it has, so Spirit can show you proof of something that you thought you were hiding, something that you thought didn't matter. And in my mind's eye, I'm seeing this hilarious sort of imagery. I'm seeing this little toddler standing in front of their parents, and they have their hands in their pockets, and they have chocolate smeared across their face. And their parent looks at them and says, "I thought I told you not to eat any more of those chocolates. Do you have chocolates in your pocket?" And the child, clenching their pocket, says, "No." And I just feel that this is representing the relationship between you and Spirit right now. It's like you think you're hiding something from Source, but Source sees all. And even though what I'm picking up here is a bit comical, it's more that the divine is like laughing and rolling their eyes at you saying, does Pisces think that we don't see this? We literally want the best for you. And the only thing standing in your way of what is actually the best for you is you. You know, Pisces, I feel connected to this message in some capacity because being a water sign, I know how this goes. I know how we deal with the process of having to let go of things, especially when there's learnt behavioral patterns and mindsets there. It's not easy. It's very difficult. It's a lot easier said than done. And okay, I'm getting a lot of ringing in my ears. For a lot of you, this is going to be a mindset, a behavioral pattern, just some sort of learnt behavior that is not serving you on your path. And the process by which Spirit has taken you to finally release this has been exhausting. It's like Spirit walked you to the edge of the earth only to tell you that you need to walk back. But the reason for this is because this was going to be the only way that you would finally see, oh, okay, yeah, I get it now. Okay? So this star card at the solar plexus position is not only telling us that Spirit has your highest good in mind, but they need you to show up to the party that they're trying to throw for you. It's like Spirit saying, hey, we have your best interest in mind, but do you have your best interest in mind? And I just heard you are a key turn away from whatever this is here, okay? And I'm also hearing something about your environment being directly influenced by your mindset right now. Let's just say, generally speaking, it's somebody who has some sort of negative mindset they're holding on to. So they keep moving, right? Or they keep disconnecting from certain spaces only to realize that wherever they go, whoever they connect with, that same energy shows up, which is telling us they are the common denominator. So it's something that needs to be worked on internally, right? You can move yourself all over the world, but until you do that internal work, everything is going to look the same. The landscape will always end up looking like it did in that other space. And that's what I'm getting here. But there is no doubt a silver lining here with the star card at the solar plexus. It's like Spirit needs you to finally have that confidence and drive they have shown you that you can have. It's like you have been half-assing it. You have been leaving something out. You haven't been giving it every ounce of yourself because there's something inside of you that is telling you that you're going to fail, that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve something. It's going to show up many different ways for all of you. Okay, so apply it as it fits to your current set of circumstances. There's groups of you that are dealing with just things in your everyday personal life, right? Living situations and whatnot. And then there's others of you that are dealing with things in your career sector, launching projects. Okay, so this message here can be applied to any of these areas. And for some of you, it could even have to do with personal relationships, selling yourself short, right? Or, okay, I'm hearing something about taking on other people's mindsets and behavioral patterns and how it's having an impact on your forward movement here. Let's keep moving forward. Okay. And then I have unbelievable. This literally just followed what I said. Devil card and the Fool. People's mindsets and behavioral patterns holding you back from the Fool, which is a new beginning. What do we have at the heart, please? Four of Wands, Aries energy at the heart. Let's get some surrounding energy, spirit-wise. The Four of Wands here. Card really shot out. Okay. Five of Cups in reverse. Scorpio energy at the throat. Yeah, the completely opposite energies here. Here's the breakthrough. Here's the celebration. Here's the alignment, right? And then Five of Cups in reverse is the action that needs to be implemented to pull this off. So Five of Cups upright is an energy of living in the past. It's also an energy of loss. And it speaks about kind of gripping onto something and not really being able to let go. It's like something that disappoints you and you're sort of stuck in that cyclical pattern of obsessing over it. But then when you get it in reverse, this is Spirit saying you need to let go of this, whatever it is. Whether it's, again, the mindset, the behavioral pattern, or considering this is cups, it's emotional. Wow. I just heard a message. This is a bit specific, but it's definitely going to be for some of you out there. It's like something happening in your life that leaves you with this sense of disappointment. And you take on a new mindset because of this. You take on a new behavioral pattern. For some of you, even an addiction, right? That doesn't serve you. And now you're moving on with your life, but you're still holding on to that thing that you took on that was actually the result of that disappointment. Now, obviously, again, place that as it fits, but it's really just bringing the focus back to there being something there anchoring you, Pisces. It's like when people have food allergies or there's just something in their diet that is making them feel off, right? Maybe their energy levels are way down. So typically speaking, a good way to kind of pinpoint what that might be is to maybe fast for a couple of days, right? And then slowly add these things back one by one, a kind of process of elimination, right? You know, Pisces, that might be literally what you need to do. It's like I just heard you need to get closer to God. And the quickest way to do that, other than prayer, is to literally fast. Okay, because there's that point during those fasts when you're so hungry and you feel all of your senses coming online. It's like you have such a heightened sense of awareness that literally brings you closer to the divine, to source. Okay, and when you're coming out of that space, you typically come out of it with something, a newfound sense of self or a message that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to extract just going about your everyday waking life the way that you were before you did this, okay? Now, I wouldn't be bringing that up here and channeling that if that wasn't for some of you out there. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Seven of Pentacles, Taurus energy, at the third eye. And what's interesting is I just switched decks again between these two, and right on the bottom of that deck is also the Seven of Pentacles. And I looked at it as I was switching decks, and I was thinking about that energy, right? And then sure enough, it comes out of this deck here. So whenever something like that happens, when I see one card from one deck and then I pull the exact same card from a completely different deck, it reinforces that message. Now, what I'm hearing here is that, let's say for the sake of example, you do some sort of fast, right? As a means to get closer to source. It provides you with something here. It gives you some sort of different perspective. It's like I'm hearing something. The Seven of Pentacles can be an energy of a vision, having a vision. And I feel this process of getting closer to source brings that vision back into focus. Yeah, I'm seeing this camera lens in my mind's eye that has dirt on it that needs to be cleaned off, right? It's like this is a metaphorical representation of how you're interfacing with your life right now. It's like there's some schmutz on there that needs to just be cleaned off, right? So you can see what it is you're dealing with again. And that Seven of Pentacles is right there at the third eye, okay? So that also adds weight to the message because the third eye is your connection to source. That's your intuition. So it's like you show up to a meeting with the divine, so to speak, and they provide you with something, right? And now they're showing me, it's like it's imagery, but it's also a feeling. It's quite challenging to put into words, but it's like there's something swimming around just outside what I can actually perceive. It's like it's swimming around the outside perimeter of my conscious awareness. And that is exactly what is going on here with you and what it is you're missing in regards to this situation. And I feel that that thing there, that thing that's anchoring you, is that thing that is floating around outside your conscious awareness. It's like something that is there that you just can't get a grasp on, or you just can't see correctly. This is some sort of cord or some sort of attachment to something in the past, okay? 5 of Cups. You know, this is similar to the kinds of energies I see when people have been through something disappointing in their life, or they've gone through a really tough time with somebody and they're just trying to move forward. But what they have gone through has had such an impact on their life that it changes the way they actually show up to their life. Maybe they've taken on new mindsets. Maybe they're closed off now. Maybe they've taken on behavioral patterns. Maybe they don't have the confidence they once did, which are all a result of this situation. So it's as if that old energy that let them down, whether it's a person or, you know, whatever it might be, it's like they're still in their energy. Now, this is a very detailed way of explaining what an energetic cord is. It's like when that person's not there, but all of the things that happened in your connection with them very much still exist. They're like barnacles on the outside of your auric field, Pisces. And I feel that that's really representing what I was picking up in regards to something kind of swimming around just outside of the conscious awareness. It's one of these energies where you're like, I feel a certain way, but I just can't put my finger on it. I can't figure out what it is. It's almost like when you get an idea and it escapes you so fast and you're sitting there trying to remember it, right? It's one of those kinds of moments. Okay, Spirit, what do we have at the... Too many cards. Interesting, though, that 7 of Swords fell out. This could very much be 9 of Cups, Tower. The 7 of Swords, that's a very, it's a sneaky energy. I mean, it's almost hidden. It's something you don't see. It's like something that's going on behind your back. But see how it's like it's walking into this trap here. See, look at this as an energy, right? A metaphorical representation of the energy. It's like something that is depleting you of your energy. Look, it's like saying, you don't even see that I'm taking this from you, right? It's like this is the barnacle on the outside of your auric field. And this can be directly connected to this situation, right, that I was picking up on. It's like they left you or it left you with something, whatever it is. You know, this can also be another really roundabout way to explain trauma, right? Wow, unbelievable. 4 of Pentacles at the crown. Look, there you are holding on to something for dear life, right? I don't know what it is I need to let go of, yet you're gripping onto something so tightly, but it's almost like you have such a tight grip on it, you can't even see it. And look, here's death, right? This is death coming through saying, hey, we got to let this go, all right? Can't you see this dark cloud over you here? We've shown you this new path that is just for you, but you insist on taking this energy with you, and it cannot go. Yeah, that's crazy that energy came out after I was talking about the barnacles on the outside of the auric field, because that was detailing something that is there that you can't see, right? And then the 4 of Pentacles really speaks about you holding on to something, but in this case here, you don't see how this is actually what is anchoring you. And you know, barnacles are things that attach itself, right? They attach themselves to hard surfaces. And they also look like tiny volcanoes. It's like it settles and then it uses this really strong adhesive to keep itself attached to that surface. And this is, I feel, representing whatever it is you picked up along the way that you're sort of, well, they wanted me to say grazing over, okay? But I feel that it's so close to the chest, it's so integrated that it's just one of those things that we don't even see or take notice of, right? Which takes us back to the messages I was talking about in regards to the fasting, right? And the process of elimination, because this is when we can typically spotlight what might be ailing us. Okay, let's get into the second row. Spirit, what do we have at the foundation, please, for Pisces? You know, the fact that the barnacles look like tiny volcanoes, right? That could be another way of speaking about the trauma that I was picking up on, right? It was explosive. It was like a volcano. 9 of Pentacles at the foundation. Yeah, look at this. Right? You're on a boat. It's like you're on your way somewhere, but the barnacles are stuck to the bottom of the boat. You can't see it because it's beneath the water. The water representing emotions. It's beneath the emotions. It's like you've created some sort of, it's like a shell. It's like you're protecting the trauma. You're protecting, I just heard the dark passenger. It's 9 of Pentacles from this deck speaks about setbacks. Right? It's like you invest all of this time and energy into some sort of movement only to show up and Spirit's not there to meet you because that barnacle is on the bottom of the boat. Obviously, I'm speaking in metaphor here. Okay? And whenever I see this imagery here, you know, it's like a horse that has a unicorn horn there, right? And then they're sitting on the trumpet there, right? It's like they're sitting on all these things. It just gives an energy of things, right? Holding on to things, things collecting. Okay, for some of you, I just heard this is holding on to an idea of who you think you're supposed to be. Okay, got 6 of Cups there. 4 of Pentacles again. Okay, they want me to take both of these. All right, so they just doubled down on that energy, okay? And it's right underneath the 3 of Wands. So here you are showing up, right? Spirit, I'm here. Where are you? It's like you just hear the wind whistling, right? No one's there. And then sure enough, right underneath it, the barnacle, right? And then, oh, wow. That just followed what I said in regards to who you think you need to be. Something in the realm of that. And this 6 of Cups here, whenever I see it, well, it's an energy of, see how there's no identity here? It's like no face. It's like an energy from the past that is influencing the way you're showing up in the here and now. Some sort of, again, the trauma, right? The barnacle. It's like something is stuck to your understanding of who you think you're supposed to be. Okay, let's make that a bit easier to understand here because that's a bit of a mind bender. But it's like you're looking through a lens that is being filtered through an experience that you have gone through somewhere on your path, right? It goes back to what I said about individuals going through situations with other people. They go through some sort of disappointment and it changes them in such a way that now they show up to the rest of their life being influenced by that particular situation. That's what I'm getting here. So to break all that down even further, underneath the Star card, this is Spirit saying, it is time to let go of whatever this is here. For some of you, it could be more than one thing, but I'm hearing that once you begin the process of removal, then you'll have this cascade of things just becoming lighter in your life. It's like one thing leads to the next. And that's at the solar plexus. Solar plexus is all connected to your self-confidence. This is spirit literally saying, you are the star, okay? We see you as the star, but you're the only one that doesn't actually believe that this could happen. Instead, you're stuck inside an idea of who you think you are supposed to be. What do we have with the heart, please, Spirit? Unbelievable. Okay. Card's getting a bit bendy. 5 of Pentacles says right there, delay. Now, the 5 of Pentacles follows all of this perfectly because the 5 of Pentacles is an energy of having a lack mindset. That lack mindset creates the delay. It's like Spirit saying, we have this for you. And you showing up saying, okay, I'm ready to go. And Spirit's like, wait. You're holding on to some sort of what ifs. You're holding on to, I don't know if I could do that, right? All of those kinds of things. That's a lack mindset. Yeah, I just heard you need to give it your absolute all, okay? There's just something here. You know, I can't pinpoint what it is for every single one of you in a general reading. That's something that hopefully this message will assist all of you in doing for yourselves. But this is having a dramatic impact on multiple sectors of your life. You know, the 5 of Pentacles is an energy of loss. It's an energy of poverty in some cases. And it's all the result of holding on to something, a mindset, a behavioral pattern, whatever it is, for so long that it's like you have integrated this thing into how you show up for yourself. You know, depending on all of your ages out there, right? Obviously, if you've been holding on to these things and you're a little bit older, then it takes longer to get out of the situations, right? It's to say that you've been going down a path for so long with this thing, and now Spirit's saying, hey, let's go ahead and let go of this thing and turn around and go back. Obviously, it's going to take more time to go back. You know, all I can tell you is that your own individual karma and the path that you have been on is really what is going to determine how this all unfolds for you, right? Again, I can't speak for every single one of you. You know, I would like to think that there's always hope in a situation, right? It really just depends on what you're dealing with in the moment. But at the end of the day, the most useful thing is going to be you being absolutely honest with yourself. It sounds simple enough, but sometimes that's the hardest thing for us to do. As humans, just being honest with what we're dealing with sometimes can be impossible. And yes, we all have to take responsibility for ourselves, but it's usually not our faults, right? It's just stuff that we picked up along the way. They're behavioral patterns. The way the world is constructed all around us can have a huge impact on how we show up in this space as well. But I do believe that there's almost always a way out. And then on this side of the card, we have the Queen of Wands. Self-mastery, which would be the way out, right? And, you know, I just want to say that I understand this energy because I've been through it. You know, it took me really being honest with myself after years and years of delays and stagnations and just tower after tower. And then eventually I completely surrendered, allowed Spirit to strip my life down to literally nothing. And then during the rebuilding process, I was really able to pinpoint my own individual traumas and my own barnacles, so to speak, that were holding me back and not doing me any favors. Now looking back, it's so obvious, you know, but when we're in the moment, everything I'm saying right here is frustrating. I get it. I totally understand. It makes you want to clench your fists towards the skies and just scream at the divine, right? But I would say that even that process right there shows movement. It shows potential because at least you have passion, right? This Queen of Wands, which is all about self-mastery, also says divine power, okay? So this is the divine working with you, literally creating this protective layer around. You see the wings, right? And see how you're praying, right? This goes back to what I said about showing up, right? to meet with source. You know, again, when I went through this process, I was literally on my hands and knees, begging, pleading, crying, screaming to the heavens, please show me. What is it? What am I doing wrong, right? I surrender. I'll sacrifice anything you need me to sacrifice, right? And then all of a sudden, this cascade of events began to unfold all around my life, because for the first time in my life, I actually meant it, and it unlocked something. All right. Oh, wow. Right on the bottom of this deck, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so the Queen of Swords is the energy of being honest with yourself. It says right there, ritual and ceremony can acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth. Okay, so for those of you that, know tarot, that's incredibly profound that we just saw that after everything I just said, all right? And it says right here, God, the hope of all the earth. Two of Swords, breaking the circle, lifts opposing barriers, brings victory. The Devil, look at him shuffling off, right? See, the barnacle, the thing, the trauma, all of these things, it falls under devil energy. It's just to say that this is a umbrella energy that shows up in your life in many different ways to hold you back. Okay, it's a generalization of something that is not in alignment with your highest good. And it's clearly shuffling off out of your life because you've spotted it. Look, it's looking over its shoulder. Unbelievable. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Seven of Cups. Right underneath that Five of Cups at the throat position. Contemplation makes the truth known. And the Seven of Cups is really showing us you on the other side of this. It's like you're sitting down with the divine and they're showing you, hey, you've been kind of half-hearted in something here. You haven't been fully committed to the shift. And really, there's no one else to blame here, We've been here for you the whole time, so you can shake your fists at the skies, but we have been trying to show you. And then you're like, oh yeah, I see it now. I just kind of wasted my own time there because I wanted to drag this thing along. I didn't want to scrape that barnacle off the bottom of my boat. Just thought I would take it with me. Right on the bottom of the deck, Ten of Cups. So this Ten of Cups is showing us your higher self. This is you right now. And then here's your inner child, right? See how there's an alignment here? It's like your higher self is saying, it's okay. We've got your back, but it's time to let go. See, the inner child to me is representing, let's say, the trauma or whatever it is you're holding on to, right? See how the child is crying? So let's say that that's based on an event. It creates I call this a spiritual dent. It's like something that is, it's something that has impacted your auric field. And then here you are, right, showing up in your everyday waking life, sort of consoling your own trauma, right? Just going through life, consoling this trauma, right? Which is the barnacle, okay? And then your higher self is saying, hey, let's bring harmony and balance, right? Let's go ahead and let that go now, okay? Let's integrate it, right? Integrate the shadow. See, integrating the shadow is very positive, okay? Because this is when we can find ourselves graduating on from certain traumas and certain spaces that caused us a lot of pain and suffering. We integrate the lesson into our forward momentum. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Knight of Pentacles. Earth energy at the third eye. Right there it says, light of understanding acquires knowledge and cures illness, right? So illness, speaking, metaphorically, but like a spiritual illness, which can be what we're picking up here, right? And then light of understanding. It's like spirit is trying to illuminate this to you so you understand, and then acquires knowledge. That's the integration. And the Knight of Pentacles is also an energy that's very methodical. It's very thorough, but it's also an energy in some cases that does not like change, okay? It can be stubborn. But that's where the breakthrough happens, is by pushing through that stubborn energy. Okay. What do we have at the crown to close this out for Pisces, please, Spirit? Perfect. Ace of Cups, water energy at the crown. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces right here. And whenever I see this Ace of Cups, it's like you're holding a trophy, right? And the Ace of Cups is an energy of emotional strength. And it says right here, rejuvenation, right? Obtains the mercy of God and gives long life. So it's like you have achieved something now, and it's highlighting your emotional body. This is very clear right here. This is an energy of the divine trying to bring this ending to you holding on to some sort of emotional baggage that's not serving you on your path. It's like you keep showing up to new beginnings, holding on to this emotional baggage, whatever it is, and there's nothing there. Now, Pisces, this message right here is not only one of the most profound messages that I feel I've ever delivered to all of you, but if you allow it, it can actually be the key to help you step into this new beginning for real this time, right? Because this right here is going to illuminate something to you that you haven't wanted to see, or maybe, again, you haven't been able to see. But whatever the case, your time is preparing to begin on the other side of whatever this is for each one of you. So I hope this message can provide you with the empowerment that you need to finally get the job done. And with that, I will leave it here. All right, Pisces, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And I would like to know how this reading resonated with all of you. So please drop me a heart and or a comment down below, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.